Hey, it's Trey Bolin with Origin Stories. And you know what? I love to hear about how you navigate the plot twists in your life and how you got started in your passions. I'm here with my friend Lynette, and I'm going to let her share a little bit about who she is and what she does. Hey,
Good after.
Lynette.
Hey Trey, how are you?
So good.
Um,
So glad to have you here today.
Thank you. It is a special opportunity, and I appreciate you having me on your show today. And as you said, my name is Lynette Richardson, and I am from Washington Community College Workforce Development. And just to give a little background about myself, I have worked at other higher ed institutions, helping students navigate higher education, which is my passion. Students of all ages, because I feel like every person has a right to education if that's what they choose to pursue,
Mm.
or to gain a skill set from a college or university. And so, how that's how I really end up in higher education. And so, I really never expected to be in workforce development, but I'm in workforce development, and I ended up engaging with a lot of students initially as well, because we had several boot camps and students were interested in getting a high in demand, high paying skill, that they could go out and work right away. So that was interesting. And then I moved over into sales for the workforce professional development part of it. And so that entails helping our business partners in the community empower, upskill their superstar employees, or all incumbent employees if that's what they choose to do. And so because we live in this great state of Michigan, and we have an awesome governor who has made a lot of opportunities available for businesses to upskill, empower, and train their employees for retention purposes, so that people can build better families, better communities. And I do believe when that happens, we live in a better overall county and
Yeah.
state, and then country, because everyone has access and an opportunity to get what they need to contribute
Mm.
to their families and to the economy.
Yes, yes. I'd love to hear a little bit more about that program. What does that look like?
Well, the workforce development.
Yes,
Um,
yes, the workforce development program.
so the workforce development program, like I said, it does entail with working with businesses in the community, and we don't um, like to say that we work only with certain business partners. We work with all businesses in the community, whether it be another higher education institution, or if it's a manufacturing company, you could be a packaging company, because our goal is to provide innovative workforce solutions for those employers. And so one employer may say, I need professional development for my team. Great.
Mm.
We will work with that employer to create a customized program that would be utilized for their employees only. Or another
Wow.
employer may say, my team is really having trouble communicating with each other. So we will build a communication curriculum to help them communicate internally with each other. We use our professional faculty who is in the industry every day, who's dealing with these different topics every day, who's teaching these different topics every day. So that's the plus for Washington Community College, because we have those individuals or faculty members in our backyard. And so we bring the employer together with that professional faculty member, and we design a curriculum that works best for their team or their staff. And so far, we've had a lot of great success at doing this. We've been doing workforce development here at the college for over 30 years. And
Wow.
so, yes, we have a really great group of business partners that we work with to help better their employees and empower them.
Because what I'm hearing you say is that you love that heartbeat of business, and that's the people that are working in the business. And
Yes.
when you can pour into those and help those people to have growth, isn't that better for the overall business?
Yes.
What a beautiful plan.
Yeah, because
That's just amazing.
it's more than just training. It's more than just a workshop, because to me, I don't know, I get a little really passionate about this part, because you have to think about it. They are employers, right?
Yeah.
However, but the people that work there, they're people. And so we all want to be impactful on our jobs.
Mm.
We want to be good team players. We want to be happy at work or like doing what we do. And we want to contribute to the team that we're on. And so I
Yeah.
do believe that when you build an environment where people can achieve those goals and
Hmm.
contribute, that makes them feel morale is better. They treat families, their own families better.
Yeah.
You develop better relationship with colleagues, and you will
Hmm.
even do more tasks than you have been assigned to do. Like if you've been late for work, a lot of times you'll come in if you know that your boss cares about you or really cares about
Hmm.
the fact that you need training or you want to get upskilled. So it's more than just building a training session or workshop. We really want to get to know the employer, their culture, the goals and objectives they have as a company. What type of goals and objectives do they have for their employees?
Mm.
Because we want to help build that culture, that where people are coming to work, they want to be there, they want to
Yeah.
contribute, and they're happy.
That means the world to hear that you want to invest not just in the businesses, but in the people that work there too. And to think
Absolutely.
about how morale boosting that is. I know that when we previously talked, you shared that Washtenaw Community College has 4 different ways that they love to help business owners. I wonder if you could share a little bit about those ways.
So we workforce is one of them. We have our entrepreneurship center, who really engages with the community every day. We have people who are starting as entrepreneurs, people who attend our workshops, or pitch sessions with the entrepreneurship center. So that's another great opportunity for an entrepreneur to come and get guidance and advice. We have the small business department here. We have our career Center for Success here on campus as well. And they also help um, hold job fairs for employers in the community. They will post jobs for those employers. They will help them navigate um, as an extension of their business with our faculty, different departments. So, for example, if you are in manufacturing and you're looking for specific students, or you want to connect with the faculty to come in and speak to students, we allow business partners to do that to help. We also allow them to put a table in our student center building. So, because we know that's where all students are coming to get food and
Yeah,
books, right? So
right.
if you are an employer, I mean, an employer can be another institution, it can be the
Hmm.
military. There's, of course, a number of institutions. You can um, have a table set there in that building to connect with the students that are coming through there. So, those are, different ways that we really like to reach out to the community to bring them in to see who we are, how we help them. We have a foundation here, and we support our students through with providing food and other necessities that they may need through that
Yeah.
foundation as well.
That's really exciting. As an entrepreneur, I was really, really excited to hear about all the programs that you have available. I know I just feel like I've kind of have a limiting viewpoint of what's available out there just because I wasn't exposed to it.
Yeah.
I didn't know about it. I assumed college was for people that were pursuing a degree and doing some high level thing. And so I think it's really exciting that you have a wide offering for a lot of different job opportunities. I think that's really an exciting way to connect with the community,
Yes.
and maybe you're a person like myself who hasn't been in college in quite a while,
Yes.
and you're kind of looking for that refresh or that second chance. I'm sure that those would be some great resources for people like that.
Yes. Like, for example, in our Center for Career Success, Center for Career Success, excuse me, we work with a lot of employers to help them find interns targeted toward whatever their skill set is. We also work with employers to build apprenticeship programs or pre-apprenticeships program. So this is a wonderful opportunity for students and employers to really check out what apprenticeships are
Mm.
about, because you can get a customized apprenticeship built for an employer, and just about any employer can start an apprenticeship. I mean, how fabulous is it to go to school, go to work, you're getting a skill and you're getting your education paid for, working with an employer as a young person. So the employer gets a benefit because they have you as a worker who's going to know the culture, have the skill set, because you're building it as you're learning, and then you have your education at the same time going. So that's a perfect fit for anyone who is, looking to be employed but want to do all those things at the same time.
Hmm.
And I mean, it's just amazing. I always say, I wish I had known about apprenticeships when I was in high school, because that's something I would have taken advantage of. But,
Oh, yes.
especially, or even as an entrepreneur, you have a lot of people starting their own businesses. And I mean, we have a wonderful entrepreneurship center here. They do amazing things with the community and people who are looking to start their own business. And it's free.
Right. And that's like the biggest thing that I was like,
Yeah.
wait a second, all this is free. And I think how beautiful too that you're creating community around
Yes.
this whole opportunity, helping people create jobs or in the job that they have to make it be better. I know that you said a little bit about boot camps, and I was curious if you could kind of share with us what some of those boot camps have been in the past, and if you have any that are coming up that we might want to know about.
We had a pharmacy technician boot camp, and we had a IT technology boot camp, and both boot camps were very successful. The pharmacy technician boot camp was created because there was a shortage of pharmacy technicians in the industry, right? And
Wow.
so a lot of our students, we partnered with CVS, with U of M, with Clark Pharmacy, and some other pharmacies around the community. And so the students would take a 5-week course that met on Saturdays and get
Mm,
the training they needed. It was taught by one of our fabulous faculty members here. And then they would go for another 5 to 6 weeks for actual clinical hands-on training
okay.
at that pharmacist facility. And so our students loved it, because not only did they get um, the skill set that they need, they had the education, and it gave them an opportunity to take the national exam as well, which they could sit for. And if they passed the national exam, then you're certified as a pharmacy technician. So we had great partnerships. And now, since we've moved over here to lifelong learning, I think that is going to be one of the courses that we offer in our lifelong learning
Mm,
catalog. And so the other boot camp is pharmacy technology, which I mean, information technology, which is already in our lifelong learning catalog.
mm.
And of course, with that type of skill set, um, credentials, is all about credentials,
Oh, yeah.
passing the exams. And someone just told me the other day that nowadays you really don't even need to have all these IT credentials. You just need to have some background in IT. And I was like, oh, okay. But it's an amazing opportunity to get skilled quickly,
Hmm.
well, at a fast pace, with experience, with a certification, that you can go and actually get hired by someone,
Right.
you know,
What a
and
way to jumpstart into whatever
exactly,
you're looking to go into.
exactly. And there's
Even if
diff
it's not long term that you're going to be doing that pharmacy tech,
exactly.
that is just that next level because you've
Hmm.
shown that you want to put in the time, the effort to learn something, and what if we could have that kind of idea about our job path?
Yes,
I,
yes,
I love the trades,
yes. And
where that is just really an exciting thing to think about in this day and age.
yeah, and there's, we're thinking about in our lifelong learning catalog here, we do have some fast track classes in there that do lead to certifications that an individual can take. And so I know that is mailed out to the citizens of Washtenaw County. And then
Wow.
there's a lot of other classes in there. Some of the classes are fun. Some of them are for professional development. And did you know that people who are, I think, senior citizens can take those classes for free?
Oh, that's wonderful. What a
Yes.
great resource.
Yes, yes. So we keep our seniors engaged as well, because guess
Hmm.
what? They're still learning too, right? Um,
Right. Never
and
stop learning.
exactly, exactly. So that's the one thing I do love about workforce development and our lifelong learning coming together. And I think in November we have this other class that we're going to start, and it has a lot to do with like if you are a social worker but you want to be trained in how to work with substance abuse clients.
Mm.
And so this is
Okay.
a certification course, and it's
Okay.
fast track, and you will be able to earn a certificate. Say if you're a social worker, you're new to the field, or if you've been in the field for a while, but now you want to specialize in working with clients who have substance abuse, and that can be
Mm.
whatever that is. And so now we're creating a course for those social workers, or it could be a counselor, a social
Hmm.
worker. Maybe it could be a teacher, someone who teaches at
Yeah.
an institution where you know you have students who come from that background, and you need that
Yeah.
knowledge and skill set on learning how to recognize them and
Hmm.
learning how to provide the support to them. So we're going to be starting a fast track class that help individuals get those credentials to work with those clients.
That's just a wonderful resource that we have right here in Washtenaw County in
Yes,
our backyard.
yes.
I am so thankful for all the things that you've highlighted and shared with us. I was wondering, as we're kind of wrapping up, if you could share a little bit about your journey and following your passions for learning, and just a little bit about how you've kind of embraced the never stop learning mantra.
Yeah, and I would say, I mean, when I was the person who was never going to have kids or never get married, right? And so when I did, people were like, what?" So and it took me. I just had this conversation with someone the other day. It took me. Oh, when we were at the conference, and they said that the golf outing, and the young lady said that it took her 11 years to get her degree, and she had a degree in political science. I said, that's me. I wanted to raise my hand because that was me. It took me. I started at Eastern um, a long time ago, but I ended up graduating, getting my degree in 2014. And because in between that, I had gotten married, I'd had children, and so my focus was on my children, because that time goes by so fast, and you you have to make that sacrifice, and you don't
Yeah,
want to regret that you did not spend that time there. Because sometimes, you know, youth, as we all know, because we've been young, there's things that go on in their life, or challenges that they have, and if you miss them, you can't get it back. You can't
right.
rewind the clock. And so I chose to say, hey, I'm gonna, sacrifice the time and commit this time to my family. I can always go back and get an education. And so I did that. And I was a first generation student in my family. And
Wow.
so now, I started working on a master's degree, then COVID hit. And so I'm back in school now, and it is always my passion. And, I always tell students, success is whatever you have defined success to be. If your success is to get an undergrad degree and open up your own business, that's your success story. If
Yeah,
your success story is that you just want to get an undergraduate degree because it's a personal thing for you, that's your success story. You don't have to be a CEO of a company. You don't have to have 20 degrees unless that's what you have set out to do. Your success is defined by whatever goal you have set for yourself. So, always continue to, I always tell students to continue to be true to yourself. Don't compare yourself to other people, and just, keep your eye on whatever goal you have set for yourself, because that's going to determine your success, and if you have met those goals. Because you continue to compare yourself to someone, you're going to always feel like, oh, I'm not as good as that person. I could have done more. No, follow your passion and your desires, and then you will be successful in that journey. So I have just continued to do that. I love helping people. I love working with students, helping them navigate higher education, because it's I think when we are in certain areas of our careers, we assume that people understand the language. We assume that they know the process. We assume that, oh, if they had a college student before, they should know this. No, higher education is difficult to navigate at times, and you need people who are compassionate. You need, because you have a lot of first generation students who
Oh yeah.
come back after years of going to college, or you have a lot of foster care students in the system who have not had people to show them really anything. And so just, that's why it's my passion, because disenfranchised students who are first generation students, and those who just have not had the opportunity to get a degree or go to higher education for whatever reason. We have to be compassionate and passionate, and treat them as human beings for them to be successful, to navigate the system, instead of
Mhm.
talking to them like they understand all the things that we've been working in for 20 years.
Yeah.
No, take your time, because that will sometimes determine if they're going to stay there or drop out. I used to have
Yeah.
students come back to the financial aid office all the time when I worked at Eastern, and they would come back and say, "Oh, Miss Richardson, guess what? I'm graduating next year. And it's because you guys helped me." But that's because we took our time to help them, to
Right.
explain things to them, even if that meant walking them to another department, calling another department. It just takes time and a smile and a active listening person to help another person.
So beautifully said. As we're closing, I was wondering if there was anything that you could tell an aspiring entrepreneur, what would that encouragement be?
I would say stay the course, contact Washington Community College Entrepreneurship Center, because
Yes.
I think we have, because not many places or higher ed institutions have an entrepreneurship center. And I think
Right.
our staff that works over there, they are wonderful. They are professional. I mean, last week they had a entrepreneurship session, and they were serving dinner. I mean, you're getting dinner at this session. And so, you're engaging with other entrepreneurs, those who are already entrepreneurs. They have speakers come in and talk to you. So if you've already started, if you're thinking about starting a business, our entrepreneurship center, I think, is one of the best in the state of Michigan. And if you don't know about it, you should check our entrepreneurship center out at Washington Community College, and let that staff over there help you get started.
Well, thank you so much, Lynette. I have loved our time together. If people are looking to get connected to the Washtenaw Community College, where should they go? I know you probably have a website.
Yes.
And I was thinking, is there a different website link for workforce entrepreneurship, or is there a hub that you could direct us to? I'll put it in the show notes for sure if you
Okay.
don't have that right offhand to share with our friends.
Okay, I'm going to the entrepreneurship center. It's kind of a long email address, but I'm going to give you they're open. Their hours are Monday through Thursday, 10 a.m. to 4. And let me see if they have a phone number on here.
Oh, that'd be great.
Let's see. 734-973-3300. And then they can just ask for the Entrepreneurship Center. But they have a lot of great things on their website. They are like just some events that they're having. They're doing a startup business incubator, talk with an expert. You can attend a workshop or an event. So they have a lot of great opportunities for entrepreneurs. So I would just say go to wccnet.edu, Succeed Entrepreneurship Center.
Great. And I'll put all the information in the show notes. Thanks again, Lynette, for joining us. I've really enjoyed our conversation and for being able to share so much about what Washtenaw Community College has to offer for small businesses, medium, large businesses,
Yes.
and entrepreneurs. Thanks again for your time today.
Thank you, Trey, and have a wonderful weekend.
Bye.
Bye bye.